All right, so I'm doing something a little bit different on this episode. I wanted to give y'all some background on me and talk about some of my favorite MCs. Now, I wrote down a list of MCs. It's 12 that I wrote down. We split this into two episodes because I don't want the episode to go too long. But these are my favorite MCs. Not who I think is the best of all time. None of that. My favorite. I feel like you always got to give a disclaimer to people because, like, when you make a list, people always want to argue. And there's probably still going to be people who want to argue about who my favorite is, which is always weird to me. But these are my favorite MCs, no particular order. Without further ado, though, let's Now, this first MC I am going to talk about is actually my favorite MC, though. If you look at my wall, if you know me by now, you know who my favorite MC is, and that is Chamillionaire, King Koopa, the mixtape messiah himself. That's my favorite rapper. I've been a fan since the moment I heard his music. Like, I immediately went to LimeWire, like, the day I heard his music, downloaded the Mixtape Messiah on LimeWire, which I probably shouldn't be saying, but enough time has passed by. I immediately downloaded. I'm a kid downloading the Mixtape Messiah, and the way that, like, how people turn their back on Ja Rule because of 50 Cent. That's how I did to Mike Jones because of Chamillionaire. Big fan of his. I think he's one of the most underrated MCs, if not the most underrated MC. I get excited every time I hear a song, like a new music or a new verse. Like when he was on that Toby song, Been Broke, I was happy. I was geeked. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he's super underrated. I think the Mixtape Messiah series is the best mixtape series out, and we can argue. You know what I'm saying? We can argue. Like, if you didn't know me, you would have thought I was from Texas. The amount of times that I have repped Houston artists and stuff like that, and shout out to Scarface. Scarface is the reason why I like even found Commanders music because like my dad's a big Scarface fan, and I just got down and like followed suit pretty much. Would listen to the CDs that he gave me, and then like I got in this wormhole, and that's how I found out about most of the Houston artists. That's how I found out that I love Chopped and Screwed. I love Houston's culture, music culture, and my favorite rapper, no doubt, is Chamillionaire. Very underrated. He still makes music. For people who are wondering, you have to sign up for his thing that he got. It's $5 a month. You get access to his music, blogs. You can talk to his fans. It's pretty dope, to be honest. I do pay it every month, and I have no shame about it. I buy stupid stuff all the time. Why not support somebody that I'm a big fan of? So shout out to Koopa, shout out to Commander. One of the best, man. One of the best. This next artist, Fonte. For those who don't know who Fonte is, he's from Little Brother, also Foreign Exchange. And to me, Fonte is who y'all say Drake is. You know what I mean? He can literally do it all. So relatable. The bars are there. Like, he can give you every type of song. If you want a bar heavy song, he can do that. If you want a love song, he can do that. If you want him to just sing the whole time, he can do that. Like, Fonte is literally so versatile, you know what I'm saying? And like, the older I get, the more relatable his music becomes. Because he's not talking about like being in the club, popping bottles. No, he's talking about stuff that regular people go through. And that's why I like him so much. The relatability. You know what I'm saying? I think Fonte is a top tier MC. I think Fonte don't get the love. I think a lot of people owe their careers to Fonte, even though they'll never give him the credit. I think without Fonte, there's no Drake. And without Drake, there's not a lot of these MCs. You know what I'm saying? So Fonte is the one that needs to be getting credit because he has birthed a lot of y'all careers. You know what I'm saying? He's dope as hell. Little Brother is one of the best groups out. With and without Ninth Wonder, who I think is the best producer of all time, mind you. That's saying how highly I think of Little Brother, but Fonte is that great. He's that dope. I'm always going to be a fan of Fonte's music. I think he's a dope MC. Dope MC. Um, yeah. This next MC, Q-Tip. Now, he might be the most important rapper ever. He might be the most important rapper ever. Like Q-Tip is literally the start of alternative hip hop, is what I call it. Like if there's no Q-Tip, there's no Kendrick, there's no Cole, there's so many MCs who don't exist if Q-Tip's not around. Like because he brought a sound that you weren't hearing. You know what I'm saying? His production, his lyrics, his delivery, like it's so cool. Like when you hear Q-Tip rhyme, you feel so cool. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something about it. You know what I'm saying? Like his solo stuff is dope. Obviously, the stuff with Tribe is dope. Low End Theory is my favorite hip hop album. So it's my favorite album in general. But Q-Tip, his sound and like his influence you hear on the game, you can't talk hip hop without talking about Q-Tip. He's some you could talk about every MC and somehow Q-Tip got a little sprinkle in there. Like talk about Illmatic, he produced on that. You know what I'm saying? Talk about Tribe, he's in it. Talk about alternative hip hop, they birthed it. You feel me? Like Q-Tip is the most important person when it comes to hip hop. One of my favorite MCs. One of my favorite MCs, you know what I'm saying? I just like the like how cool the delivery is, so laid back, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's smooth, you know what I mean? It's like jazz, but like rap form. You feel me? Like I feel like I'm listening to a jazz album when I'm hearing Q-Tip. And also, Q-Tip is like the reason why I'm able to listen to jazz because I'm like, what did he sample? Where did this sample come from? Where did this come from? You know what I'm saying? And then I'm following it, then I'm listening to these jazz albums, and then I'm like, getting introduced to new sounds because of his music. I think he's dope. I think a lot of people don't exist. I think Kanye don't exist. Some people wish he didn't exist because of the stuff he's saying. But I think there's no Kanye West. Like there's no college dropout. There's no late registration. You know what I'm saying? These don't exist without Q-Tip. So the next artist, Kendrick Lamar. Big fan of Kendrick. Big fan of Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Like I think he's one of the greatest, if not the greatest MC to ever live. Has not missed with a project, has got better with every project, has got more personal with every project. I'm a big fan of when artists take time to craft an album. I'm a big fan of concept albums, and Kendrick always delivers. You know what I'm saying? From his mixtape, the OD, Overly Dedicated, from the Kendrick Lamar EP to Section 80. Like he's always given us like growth. You know what I mean? Good Kid, Mad City, like the masterpiece of To Pimp a Butterfly. You know what I'm saying? Like Damn. Like there's songs on there that like to this day I'm like, whew, going back and like right now too, I'm writing and recording a series where I am like analyzing every track on Section 80 and hearing the lyricism again, as if I don't listen to this album all the time, but like going through the details and exploring it and all this, it is so amazing and it shows how ahead of his time he is. He is one of the best. You know what I'm saying? He knows how to manipulate his voice. He can flow with every like little pattern and stuff like that. Like top tier MC, man. Top tier MC. Put the West Coast on. You know, I was big on Kendrick, and I remember seeing him like from the beginning. Like to see where he's at right now is insane. I would have never. I'm not gonna lie. I never saw this for him. I always thought he was going to be one of them MCs and be dope, and we're gonna talk about him because like we love hip hop. But I never saw him being this successful commercially. I will be lying if I said that. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy, but he's dope. He's dope. Shout out to Kendrick. Shout out to Top Dog. Shout out to the West Coast for being the best coast. Big fan of Kendrick, you know what I'm saying? Big fan, you know. This next artist is actually somebody my brother put me on to, and that's Saba. Um, I enjoy what his growth has been. Number one, I enjoy the pivot game. I enjoy like the moves that he's been making. You know what I'm saying? I think Saba is an MC that can not only like bar you up, but he has an ability to be so like vulnerable that you can like connect to it. Even if you're not experiencing exactly what he experienced, you can somehow connect to it. Like I don't know John Walt or didn't know John Walt, but I feel like a connection to him when I hear Saba's music. When I hear Prom, when I hear Heaven All Around Me, when I hear those type of songs, I feel like some connection still. You know what I mean? That is the power of music, and that also show you how great of a storyteller Saba is. You know, big fan of his. I love what he's doing with Pivot Gang. You know what I'm saying? I love that he always puts like his brother on, put Mello on, put Fresh Waters on. I love how he puts the crew on all his projects they on there. They somehow involved. If he's doing an interview, he always shouts them out. Like, love that about him. Love that about him. Like, I need to go see him perform, you know what I'm saying? When them tickets go on sale, best believe I'm gonna be in that bitch. I'm going to see Saba this time. Big fan of Saba, you know what I'm saying? Like check out like the bucket list project by him too. Because that is one of my favorite projects, and that project alone has inspired me to create so much content. Like especially during the pandemic. I listened to that album a lot during the pandemic, and that made me be like, you know what? You always wanted to create. Go create. What's stopping you? Like I don't care if 5 people watch this, 3 people watch this, man. People are watching. People are commenting. They don't know me, and they feel like a connection towards me. What more can I ask for? You feel me? Like shout out to Saba. You feel me? Shout out to Saba. And the last MC I'm going to talk about on this episode is Andre 3000. What more can I say about Andre 3000 that hasn't been said? You know, like I've even been told I don't be hearing it. I've been told that I sound like Andre 3000. It is very weird when people come up to me. It's like when I get real comfortable and like having a conversation, it's not gonna come out like me talking like this. It's when I guess I get real comfortable and I talk. This has happened like 3 times, and every time it's a little weird to me. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I sound anything like him, but Andre 3000 nonetheless is he's your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. You know, he can go bar for bar with literally anybody. He can talk about anything. His flow is just like he's like seems like a goddamn alien. You know, he feels like somebody. You know that you always know that person who's like good at everything. That's who he is. He's literally good at everything. Can produce, can rap, can play instruments. Like he can do it all. You know, his verse on the Art of Storytelling Part 4 is one of my favorite hip hop verses of all time. You know, like he's such a good MC that he overshadows a top tier MC sometimes. Don't get me wrong, Big Boy has got the best of him a couple times, more than a couple times actually. But Andre 3000 is such a good MC that sometimes he overshadows Big Boy. And I don't like how people be disrespecting Big Boy personally, but I love Andre 3000's music. Like anytime I'm like I see a song and it says featuring Andre 3000, I'm stopping what I'm doing. Like when I heard Kid Cudi's album, the only reason why I even listened to it was because of Andre 3000. We skipped straight to that song, skipped straight to it, and then I listened to Surfing and all them other songs after. You know, anytime I see an Andre 3000 feature, he could be playing the flute on that hoe. I'm going to listen. He is one of the greatest MCs of all time, man. Stays out of drama, stays out of the headlines, just makes his music and he's just happy, man. That's a life that like he's somebody who lives a life. And that's all you can ask for at the end of the day. This man just goes around, plays his flute, and chill. Don't bother nobody. Like Andre 3000 though is lyrically, I don't think too many people can fuck with him. I don't think too many people can out rap him. You know, you might have a better verse. That don't mean you're a better rapper. I think a lot of people get that confused. Let me say it again. You might have a better verse, doesn't make you a better rapper. I think a lot of people get that messed up. Andre 3000 is top tier, one of my favorite MCs. And I'm going to stop myself right now before I keep going on and this video goes for 20,000 minutes because I be yapping. I love to yap about hip hop. But those are some of my favorite MCs. Come back for part 2 where I'm going to talk about some more of my favorite MCs. Yeah, man. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.